Chad Wolf, he is the former acting DHS secretary, joins me now. Encounters at an all-time high. Okay, what happens when we lift Title 42 on Monday? Can you give us some idea of the numbers that we might be seeing?
Well, sure. So let's just take a look at the numbers that they just reported for the month of April. So they had about 97,000 removals under Title 42. These are individuals that would then go into Title 8 proceedings. And if you look at their Title 8 numbers for the month of April, just stay with me for a minute, they had about 110,000 individuals that they released into the country under Title 8. So when the administration says that they are putting these individuals in removal proceedings, that's 110,000 folks that they put in removal proceedings, but then they released into the United States. And they only removed in April under Title 8, which is where all these individuals under Title 42 will now go once it's lifted. They only removed 15,000 in the month of April alone. So I think it tells you what we're up against when you remove Title 42 and you put, in this case, in April, 96,000 into Title 8, you're going to see about 10 to 11% being actually removed from the country. And so what that tells you is that all those individuals are being released into communities all across the country, being bused, being, flown around at taxpayer expense. And I think fundamentally what it says is that this administration has failed in their mission to secure that border. There is no deterrent in the system. And so that's why you see these numbers and these images that you're showing. You see 100, 200, 300 people coming across. They have no, there's no issue with them doing that because they know that there's no consequence.
If it's going to be such chaos when we lift Title 42, do you think they'll actually do it? I mean, the political situation is so bad that I have to believe they'll find some kind of an excuse to keep Title 42 in place. What do you say?
Well, I'm guessing that they hope that the court orders them to keep it in place at the end of the day. But look, Title 42 is a public health emergency, so it's always going to go away, right? There's always an expiration date. What this administration should have been doing is planning for that expiration. They should have been putting in place other procedures, other programs, and other policies in place to say, look, we're going to have to take Title 42 down at some point because the COVID pandemic is going to weaken to a certain extent that we no longer need this. However, we need to put these other measures in place to control the surge of individuals coming across that border illegally. And that's what they haven't done. If you look at their plan to control this crisis after Title 42 goes away, it all talks about processing more and more individuals into the country quicker and faster. And so what happens? That's a demand signal to all these human traffickers and smugglers. They're going to say, well, we can just continue to push people over that border quicker and quicker because you're processing them even faster than we had ever hoped.
They're coming and they're going to stay when they get here. I think that's the bottom line. Chad Wolf, thank you very much for being here with your expertise. Always appreciate it.